First of all, let's see the chart. So you start by casting on 13 stitches from one stitch, and I'll show you how to do that. After that, you see that you have to repeat only rows 13 to 44. So you see this bolder line that shows us the repeat of the pattern, and you see that the line starts at row 13 and then stops at row 44. So when you knit, you start from row number 1, knit until row 44, and then you repeat from 13 to 44 again and again, only this part. And on the horizontal part, we have the repeat just after the selvage stitch. See the line? This is the selvage stitch in green. And after that, all of this is the repeat of the pattern, and then in the end we have the part that we have to knit only once after all the repeats in the row that you're knitting. So here I did this dashed line because we have to just to see how the repeat goes, but to not confuse with this part that actually is the repeat of the pattern in total. So even in the beginning, you can see that we start with the first stitch is the selvage stitch, and then we have 2, 3, 4, 5 is the repeat. Again, 6, 7, 8, 9 the second time we do the repeat, and in the end we have 10, 11, 12, and 13 is the selvage stitch. The horizontal lines are showing the groups of 4 rows, starting with main color right side. So you start with this one, and then again you'll have the main color right side after the second line. Well, maybe you'll see, I don't know if it helps. For me, it's I'm used to see only the first of these 4 rows. Usually rows 2, 3, and 4, how I call them, don't have any importance. They're the same as in the beginning. Here in this pattern we have in row number 2, we have usual row number 2, as I call it, we have some increases and decreases, as you can see here in a brown color, not red as the usual increases and decreases, because they are the purl decreases and increases, so they're different. And as I said, you have these we have these actions that happen in the first 2 rows, so that's why I showed the entire 4 rows of the pattern, the complete pattern, not as usual the compact one where I show only the first row, and then 2, 3, 4 are as usual with no increases or decreases. Well, here we have more. To start, we have to cast on 13 stitches, and this is how we will do it. We will make a loop like this from the tail, and inside this loop, like in a stitch, we will knit and make yarn overs. So knit, yarn over, again knit, yarn over, and you can count the stitches. Now we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And now we pull on this tail, and here it is, the cast on 13 stitches from one stitch. And now, since it's brioche, and in brioche we slide the stitches, I don't want to have this kind of a stitch like this on the right side, so that's why I slide the stitches right from the beginning. and we'll have this kind of loop on the wrong side. So now we start knitting, and we start with row number 1. Now this part with the pattern repeat doesn't matter. Now we start by knitting the edge stitch, the selvage stitch, and after that we have the repeat slip on yarn over, knit 1 again and again. In the end, slip on yarn over, and then knit the selvage stitch in the end. So let's start row number 1. As I said, we have to knit the selvage stitch. Let's get in focus. So we knit. After that, just don't want to lose more than one stitch. After that, we slip one yarn over. So we go with the needle under the yarn and slip the stitch purlwise. And again, I don't want to split my yarn. So like this, slip one yarn over and then knit 1. And again, slip one yarn over, knit 1. If slip one yarn over, that means slip 1 with yarn over needle seems strange to you, you can do the yarn over and then slip purlwise the stitch, and you have the same result. So it's just that when you do the slip one yarn over, you do just one motion and you have the result of 2 usual motions. See? And we just repeat this again and again. Slip one yarn over, knit 1. In the end, when we have 2 stitches left, we slip one yarn over and knit the selvage stitch. So, as usual in brioche, we start with the main color. This is like the right side, let's say it is usually. And then we have to slide these, after knitting the stitches, we slide them to the other end of the needles. That's why we have to knit with circulars or double point needles, so that we can slide them to the other end. And then we pick up the contrast color yarn and we start row number 2. Let's see what we have here. So in row number 2, we start by slipping purlwise with yarn in front the selvage stitch, and then the repeat in this row will be brioche purl, slip one yarn over. As you can see, this is all that we repeat. In the end, again, brioche purl and slip purlwise with yarn in front the last selvage stitch. So let's do it. Let's put it like this, as we will have it in front, and we slip purlwise the selvage stitch. After that, you kind of don't really see it right now, you'll see it in the next row, but now you have to purl together the stitch with the yarn over, or as you usually would have, count 2 stitches. See here, 1 stitch and 1 yarn over, and we purl them together. And in brioche, that's called the brioche purl. And you slip the stitches from the needle. And again, we do the slip one yarn over. So you see, 2 stitches, the stitch and the yarn over, we purl them together. 1 stitch goes with the yarn over. Again, brioche purl. Again, slip one yarn over, the same slip one yarn over as in the previous row. So repeat that again and again. Brioche purl, slip one yarn over, brioche purl, and in the end the selvage stitch goes just like in the beginning, slip purlwise with yarn in front. after knitting 2 times on the right side, once with the main color, then with the contrast color, we turn the work and we start row number 3. We pick up the main color yarn and let's see what we have in row number 3. If you look at row number 2 and then row number 3, you see the symbols are the same, brioche purl and slip-on yarn over, only the order is different. So in row number 2 we started with a brioche purl and then slip-on yarn over, and in row number 3 we start with slip-on yarn over and then brioche purl and repeat again and again. In the end, slip-on yarn over and purl the selvage stitch just like in the beginning. So let's do it. So purl the selvage stitch. After that, in this row it's easier to see because we have contrast colors here. So now we have to slip on yarn over and see here the stitch and the yarn over in different colors. These go purled together and that's a brioche purl. Again we slip on yarn over, and then when you have this double stitch, double color stitch, we purl them together and repeat again and again. Slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and purl the selvage stitch. So just like previously, after completing the row with the main color yarn, we slide the stitches to the other end and pick up the contrast color yarn, and we will knit row number 4. Let's see what we have here. So now we have a new symbol. We have the brioche knit. So the selvage stitch is a slip purlwise with yarn in the back, and then we start with a brioche knit, slip on yarn over again and again. In the end, brioche knit and slip purlwise with yarn in front, the last selvage stitch. So let's knit all of this. As I said, the selvage stitch goes slipped purlwise with yarn in the back. After that, brioche knit. Brioche knit is the same principle as brioche purl. We knit together the stitch and the yarn over from the previous row. Slip on yarn over, again brioche knit. You see the stitches, they kind of go together, the stitch with the yarn over, and we just know to knit them together. Again, the single stitch goes with the yarn over, the double stitch in different colors is knit together as a brioche knit, and repeat again and again. Brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over. In the end, brioche knit and slip the selvage stitch purlwise with yarn in the back. After row number 4, we just turn the work and we start knitting row number 5 in main color yarn. Let's see what we have here. So here is the most interesting part. We start with increases and decreases from this row. So here we have 2 types of increases. We have the brioche knit yarn over brioche knit, and then we have the brioche 4 stitches increase, and again the brioche knit yarn over brioche knit. So let's start and see how you will knit this. So the selvage stitch goes knit 1, slip 1 yarn over, and here we will brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. So after you do all of this, you slip the stitch from the needle, slip 1 yarn over, and then again when we have the stitch with the yarn over, here we will do the 4 stitches increase. So we do brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. So only when you have 5 stitches on the needle, you slip the stitch from the left hand needle. After that, slip 1 yarn over, and as I said, now we pay attention to the repeat. So if you would do this only once, now you would have done the brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. But since I said that this dashed line is the continuing of this of the repeat boulder line, so now we know that from here to here we have the repeat of the pattern. So we did this, and we start again from here. So we have to do a brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, then again the 4 stitches increase, and then in the end we will do again the brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. If you just do knit all of this once, all of this row once, you will have stitches left and you won't know what to do with them. So please pay attention and do as I do here. So now we, as I said, start from the repeat from the beginning, and we have to do the brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip 1 yarn over, and we do again the brioche 4 stitches increase. So brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. So when we have 5 stitches on the needle, we can slip the stitch from the left hand needle. After that, slip 1 yarn over. So this is the last part, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip 1 yarn over, and then we knit the selvage stitch. And like this, we have a row number 5. Now we slide the stitches to the other end of the needle, and we pick up the contrast color yarn, and let's see what we will do in row number 6. So here we, as in row number 2, you see the selvage stitches. I don't want to repeat this every time. So when we knit with the main color yarn, we on the right side we knit in the beginning and in the end. When we knit with the main color on the wrong side, we purl and purl. With the contrast color, we always slip purlwise. So in row number on the right side, we slip with the yarn in front in the beginning and in the end, and on the wrong side, when we knit with the contrast color, we slip purlwise with the yarn in the back. So the yarn goes in the back and we slip purlwise in the beginning and in the end. So as usual for this row number 2, is because if you watched my other videos, usually all the increases and decreases go only in this first row of this group of 4. So I usually show only this first row, and then I say knit rows 2, 3, and 4, just like I showed you in the beginning. Only after the increases you will do some purl stitches instead of brioche purl, as you can see here in the chart. But on this in this pattern we have some increases and decreases, as I said, in this row number 2, as I call it usually. So that's why I show every rows. But in this first group of 4, we don't have nothing, no decreases or increases. Here we will just as I will show you, we will do the same repeat as in row number 2, brioche purl, slip-on yarn over. Only in some places where we did the increases, we will purl instead of brioche purl. So let me show you. So we start by slipping purlwise with yarn in front the selvage stitch, and then the repeat for this row is brioche purl, slip one yarn over. And as you can see here already, we had an increase in the previous row in this place, since we see that we have 3 stitches, or you'll have even 5 stitches in the same main color. You know that here was the increase, so here we do slip one yarn over, and then instead of brioche purl, we just purl, because this stitch doesn't have a yarn over, so we just purl. Again, slip one yarn over, and then continue the usual brioche purl, slip one yarn over, and as I said, here are the 5 stitches that we increased, see, in the same color. So we do the same thing as in this previous 3 stitches that we had the same color. So we don't brioche purl, we just purl, because the stitch doesn't have a yarn over. So we go slip one yarn over, purl, slip one yarn over, purl one, slip one yarn over, and again brioche purl. So it's kind of the same thing that we have here, mostly purling, I guess, not brioche purling. So slip one yarn over, purl, slip one yarn over, brioche purl, slip one yarn over. Here are those 4 stitches increase, so here we slip one yarn over, purl one, slip one yarn over, purl one, slip one yarn over, then we brioche purl, and again we have those increased stitches, slip one yarn over, purl. So you know, when you see those 3 or 5 stitches in the main color together, you just know that you'll go slip one yarn over, purl instead of brioche purl. So slip one yarn over, and then in the end brioche purl and slip purlwise the selvage stitch. Now we turn the work, and now in this case we have rows number 7 and 8 that are totally exactly the same as row number 3 and 4. So I won't show it, you just have to repeat in row number 7, just like in row number 3. You repeat slip one yarn over, brioche purl again and again, in the end slip one yarn over, and in row number 8, just like in row number 4, see, the same thing, only you have more stitches, but the action is the same. You brioche knit, slip one yarn over again and again and again, in the end brioche knit and slip the selvage stitch. So now we start row number 9, and here we have to brioche knit 2 main color stitches, and then 1 more, and then we brioche knit yarn over, brioche knit 1 stitch, and again 2 more plus 1. So I will show you, have to just follow. So let's see how this will look in the knitting. In the beginning, as usual, we knit the selvage stitch. After that, slip one yarn over. I don't even, when I look in the chart, I don't even see the slip one yarn over, because I know it has to be there. So in between all of this brioche knit, we have to do a slip one yarn over. So don't let me confuse you with that. So we slip one yarn over. After that, brioche knit, slip one yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip one yarn over, brioche knit 3. As I said, we have to brioche knit 3, slip one yarn over, and then as you can see, when we get here in the center of those 4 stitches increase, so where we have like this 3 stitches from 1 in the main color, in the central one we do the brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, so you brioche knit again 3 columns, 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, and again so we did 1, 2, 3, and we have one more we have to do. Brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, and here we get to this central stitch and we brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, and we got to this part, and we have only these stitches in the end. So brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit. Second time, slip on yarn over, and knit the edge stitch, the selvage stitch. So this is row number 9, and now in row number 10 I can tell you to just repeat what I showed you in row number 2, because now we have a new symbol here, and it's brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. So as you can see, now we have this new symbol, and here we have the purl stitch as I showed you in row number 6, that because we had the increase here, so above the increase we have a purl stitch instead of a brioche purl, but the rest is slip on yarn over, brioche purl. So let's see how this will look when knitting. Slip the selvage stitch, start with a brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here we have to do a brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. So you got the what you have to do, kind of the same as brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, only we brioche purl here. So this is it. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over. Here we got to this part where we have to purl instead of brioche purl, and then slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over. So this is one repeat of the pattern, and now we start again from here. So we brioche purl, slip on yarn over. Here we have to do the brioche purl increase, so we brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, and slip the stitch from the needle. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here we purl instead of brioche purl, and now we know that we are in this point, and then slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and we ended the repeats. So now we have only these stitches left. We have 6 stitches left. Let's see here. So as I said, or not in this video, I don't remember even, in brioche the stitch with the yarn over counts as 1 stitch. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches, and let's knit them as we have to. So we brioche purl, slip on yarn over. Here we do the brioche purl increase, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, and slip purlwise with yarn and back. So this is row number 10, and then in row number 11 and 12, well, let me show you row number 11. because we had this brioche purl stitch that is kind of different, but actually in row number 11 you do the same thing as we usually did after, like in row number 6 and in row number 10 here where we had the increase. So we have to do a purl stitch instead of brioche purl. So let me show you so that nobody says that I didn't show it. I know that my videos are so long, I try to cut it down as much as possible, but maybe for someone this could be an important moment, so let me show you. We start with the selvage purl, and then the repeat for this row is slip on yarn over brioche purl. So you repeat this again and again, and then here we have this is where we had the brioche purl yarn over brioche purl. So we have 3 stitches in the same color, so we go slip on yarn over purl, no difference here, slip on yarn over, and then again the repeat brioche purl, slip on yarn over 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 brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here it is, the next increase that where we had brioche purl yarn over brioche purl. So here, as I showed you already, slip on yarn over purl 1 stitch instead of brioche purl, and then continue slip on yarn over brioche purl, slip on yarn over brioche purl, slip on yarn over brioche purl, again and again and again and again, and here's the last place where we did the brioche purl yarn over brioche purl. So again we slip on yarn over purl 1 stitch, slip on yarn over, and then brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and purl the selvage stitch. So this is what we did in row number 11, and row number 12 is exactly like row number 8 and row number 4 that I showed you already, where we have to brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, so no difference, and I won't show it. Let me skip to row number 13 and where we have the increases again. So in row number 13 we brioche knit, then 1 stitch, and then we brioche knit yarn over brioche knit, then we brioche knit 1 2 3 4 5, and this is the end of the repeat, so we don't go there, we repeat from the beginning. So we had 5 and then 1 more, so brioche knit 6, and then brioche knit yarn over brioche knit and brioche knit 5, and then we go over there and finish this repeat. So now it's let me just explain more. So now we have 2 repeats, and this is how we do it. But when you have more repeats, you don't have to count or anything, you just repeat this again and again and again, and then at some point in the end you will start this repeat again, and you will do this part, and you will see that you don't have these stitches, and you will understand that this is this last repeat. So kind of you can watch only this part of the chart, just follow only this part from here to here, and then this is only to control the number of stitches, to verify that everything is okay and that you have everything just like, well, maybe even if you look here and you just see that you get all the stitches of the, well, kind of, I don't know if you what mistake you have to do to just lose your stitches, but in theory you will just, if you repeat only this, in the end you'll just have stitches only for this part, and only the selvage stitch will be the point where you end the row. So This is just to make you understand how you can use the chart and don't get confused. So now, as I said, we knit the selvage stitch and then we have to slip one yarn over and brioche knit one column, one brioche knit column here, and we brioche knit it. After that, slip one yarn over and then we brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. So you see, this is where we did the brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. So we have here a stitch, a knit stitch in main color that goes from nowhere. We don't have a column here, it starts here. So this is where we brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, as I said, we have to brioche knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before we brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit again. So brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 5, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 6, slip on yarn over, and here again this knit stitch from nowhere. We don't have the brioche knit column as usual. It's how you know that here is where you have to do the brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, and after that we brioche knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can, if you follow what I say, you just brioche knit 5 and then start again from the beginning and add more, and so brioche knit 6 and then brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, and then you'll want to continue, but you'll have stitches only to brioche knit this one stitch, slip on yarn over, and then you have one stitch and you'll know that this is the selvage stitch. So let's do it. So as I said, we brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over and brioche knit 6 stitches. 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 5, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 6, slip on yarn over, and then if you're looking here, you have to do the brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, and then slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1 column and slip on yarn over. And as I said, if you automatically start the repeat again and believe that there's a new repeat to finish, the stitches won't be enough to finish the repeat, so you'll just do this part, the symmetry. Slip on yarn over and knit the edge stitch. After that, in row number 14 we don't have increases or decreases, so row number 14, 15 and 16 will be the same as row number 2, 3 and 4, only pay attention where we have these purl stitches instead of brioche purl. So here even you can see them in the chart if you want to exactly follow. If not, you just do the repeat brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and when you see these increased stitches, you see these 3 stitches in main color, you know that this central one will be a purl stitch and not a brioche purl, but the rest, the repeat is slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over again and again, and then row number 15 will be as row number 3. The repeat is the same, only you have more stitches, and in row number 16 you do the same thing as in row number 4, and again you have more stitches, but you do the same thing. You brioche knit, slip on yarn over again and again, and then the selvage stitch. So like this we get to row number 17 that I will show you next. In row number 17, we have to brioche knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have to do the left slant decrease, brioche knit 1, and as I said, we start again from here. Brioche knit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again a left slant decrease, and then brioche knit all the columns until the end. So let's start. Knit the selvage stitch, slip on yarn over, and as I said, we have to brioche knit 5 columns. So that's 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 5, slip on yarn over, and here, this is where, see, where we had the 4 stitches increase, and then above the brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, here we do the left slant decrease, and the left slant decrease is the easiest of the decreases, the knit brioche knit decreases. So we have to knit together, slip first we slip knitwise the first brioche stitch. After that we knit together the next 2 brioche stitches, that means the stitch plus the stitch with the yarn over, and in brioche that's 1 stitch. So in total we have 3 usual stitches. In brioche we have 2 stitches, and we knit them together, and after that we just pass over the first slipped stitch like this, and like this we have the left slant decrease. After that, slip on yarn over, and as I said, we brioche knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again we do the left slant decrease. So brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 5, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 6, slip on yarn over, and again we are in the same place where we had the 3 brioche knit columns here, and above only 2. So here we slip knitwise the brioche stitch and knit together the 2 brioche stitches, or the 3 usual stitches, or 2 stitches and the yarn over. We knit them together and pass over that first slipped stitch with the yarn over that I had. So like this we again have a left slant decrease, and after that we can see that we have no more action happening here. We just brioche knit and slip on yarn over, no increases or decreases until the end of the row. So just do that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit. Doesn't matter how many times, or if you want you can count them, and that would be 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, slip on yarn over, brioche knit, 5, slip on yarn over, and knit the selvage stitch. After that, as usual, slide the stitches to the other end, and we will knit row number 18. And here we have something new. We have a purl left slant, brioche purl left slant decrease. So here, this symbol we already knit this one. It's brioche purl, yarn over brioche purl, but this one is something new. It's a, you see, it's different. We had brioche knit left slant decrease, and then above here in the brown color we have the brioche purl left slant decrease, and we will see how it will be knit. So now let's start row number 18, and we have, as I said, we have the increase. So we start by brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and then we have the increase, and again slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and we have the decrease. So let's start. We slip the selvage stitch, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here, see, as I said, when we did the first time we did the brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, I said that we don't have brioche knit column here. This main color stitches are coming from nowhere, so just above them we again increase here, so I'll have another stitch out of nowhere. So here, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. After that, slip the stitch and continue. Slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here just above the decrease from the previous row, the brioche knit left slant decrease, here in these 3 stitches, 3 brioche stitches, so this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, the yarn over, go with the stitch. So in these 3 stitches we will do the left slant, the brioche purl left slant decrease. For that we slip purlwise this first stitch with the yarn over, and here we have to go from the back and insert the needle not into this second stitch but into the 3rd stitch and the yarn over, so like this, and then you take this 2nd stitch from the needle, see, like this in the air, and then you insert the needle only into this stitch, so you have the 3rd stitch on the right hand needle, and then the 2nd stitch goes again onto the left hand needle, and we purl this stitch. We had the yarn in front, just because of that we have to purl it, and after that those first 2 stitches that we had, we have to pass them over. So this is the first, well, this is the first that we knit, so we go into the 2nd one with the yarn over that it has, and we pass over, and again I have, yeah, like this. Okay, so now let's get focus. So we passed 1 stitch over, and now we are passing the 2nd stitch over, and like this we have the brioche purl left slant decrease. So don't worry, I will show it again so you will see it again. Now we are in this point, we did the brioche purl left slant decrease, so we slip 1 yarn over and we finish the repeat, and we start again from here, from the beginning, and do it until here, and then you can start again and you will have enough stitches just to finish this part. Or if you know that you have only 2 repeats, you do 2 repeats, and then you don't look from the beginning, you look in the end of the chart. Doesn't matter, because as I said, we have the symmetry here and here, so it doesn't matter where you look, you will see the same thing and you'll have the same number of stitches. So now, as I said, we slip yarn over, and then we repeat again the chart from the beginning, and we have brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here, as I said, above the stitches, the V in the main color, we do a brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here just above the decrease in the previous row, we will do again the brioche purl left slant decrease. So yarn in front, slip purlwise the stitch with the yarn over, then go with the needle not into the second, not into the first stitch that you have on the left hand needle, but into the 2nd stitch, and the yarn over that it has, you go in there, so we have it on the right hand needle, and then the second stitch goes off the needle, this one off the needle, and then you pick it up, only this one. So we have changed places, and the middle stitch in the main color goes on the left hand needle, and we purl that stitch, and then we pass over those stitches that we just slipped like this. The first one we slipped, the second one we moved it over, and now we pass it over like this, and then the first stitch like this. So just pull on the stitch tighter, and we have the brioche purl left slant decrease. After that, we slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl. You can look in the chart, or you can see when you're knitting, just above this V, you will do the brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, and slip purlwise with yarn in front, the selvage stitch. Let me show you what we have here. See, so I have the decrease, and above just one stitch, so this means we decreased again, and above the V we have 3 stitches in the contrast color because we increased, so it's here, here, and here. And now in row 19 we will do just like in row number 11, the same repeats, and above the brioche purl yarn over brioche purl we will have a purl stitch. So see, kind of the same, only you'll have more stitches in the beginning to slip on yarn over brioche purl, but it's the same rule. You repeat the same thing, and just above, so as I showed you here, when we have 3 stitches in the contrast color, the central one will be purl 1. And row number 20 is the same as row number 4, so I won't show it. I will show you row number 21. In row number 21 you brioche knit 2, brioche knit yarn over brioche knit, and then brioche knit 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the end of the repeat. So we go 5, 6, and then we brioche knit yarn over brioche knit again, and then we brioche knit 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have more repeats, you go again from the beginning and again and again. Well, when you will repeat this row, after that, after finishing all the rows, you'll have more repeats, so you'll have more going back and forth, and then in the end you will do this part. So let me explain now how to knit it. So we knit the edge stitch, the selvage stitch, after that slip on yarn over, and then, as I said, we brioche knit 2 columns. So that's 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over. After that, here in the, like I say, in the nowhere, the stitch from the main, in the main color from nowhere, we do brioche knit yarn over brioche knit, and after that we have to brioche knit, as I said, as we counted, 4 brioche knit stitches. So slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 5, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 6, slip on yarn over, and here again in the V, so you can see how it goes. Just above the V, we increase again, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, and we count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6 brioche knit stitches. So that's 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 5, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 6, and slip on yarn over, and here again above the V, here we increase again, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, and then just brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, and knit the selvage stitch. And this way we finished row number 21, and then the rows 22, 23, and 24 are similar to the previous rows, like 14, 15, 16. Well, starting with rows 2, 3, and 4, you actually repeat those. So the repeats are the same. The only difference is that you have more stitches, and then in row number 22, pay attention, above the increases you will have a purl stitch instead of a brioche purl that you repeat again and again. So in that point, here and here, so here it will be 3 times. Well, in total it will be 3 brioche knit stitches in this first time you knit this row. After that you'll have more. So just here above these increases you'll have the central stitch will be a purl stitch instead of brioche purl, and the rest, the repeats, are the same. So you will do that by yourself, and I will show you row number 25. Row number 25 is very easy to explain. As you can see, we have to brioche knit 6 stitches, and then we have the decrease, and again brioche knit 6 stitches and decrease. And here when I say brioche knit 6 stitches, you know that I mean that we have a slip on yarn over in between them. So let's start and knit. So we knit the edge stitch, selvage stitch. After that, slip on yarn over. As I said, we have to brioche knit 6 stitches. 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 5, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 6, slip on yarn over, and here just above this increase, you see it here, we have to decrease above this decrease, we decrease again. So slip knitwise, again it's a brioche knit left slant decrease. So just like I showed you, slip knitwise the first brioche stitch, and then knit together the next 2 brioche stitches and pass over the first slipped stitch. And this is what we have here, like this. After that, slip on yarn over, and again we have to brioche knit 6 stitches. 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 5, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 6, slip on yarn over, and as you can see, again we have the stitches just above the previous decrease, and we slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit together the next 2 brioche stitches, and there's a yarn over also here included in these 2. We knit them together and we pass over the first stitch that we slipped, and that means the yarn over also, okay, like this. After that, slip on yarn over and just brioche knit those 6 stitches that we have in the end. 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 5, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 6, slip on yarn over, and knit the selvage stitch. After that, slide the stitches to the other end of the needle, pick up the contrast color yarn, and we will knit row number 26. And here, as you can see, we have to brioche purl 3 times, and then we have to just above the increases, the previous increases. So you see we have one V, the second V, and then just above it in the center we will brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. So you can even not look in the chart, you can see it in your knitting. So we have to increase here, we have to increase here in the center, and we have to increase here. See? So let's do it. Slip the selvage stitch, and as I said, we brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here it is, this central stitch just above the V. So we brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. After that, again, we slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 3, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 4, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 5, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 6, slip on yarn over. Anyway, you can see it that just above the V we have to increase. So brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, slip the stitch from the needle and continue, slip and purl, slip and purl, slip on yarn over and brioche purl, slip on yarn over and brioche purl, slip on yarn over and brioche purl until we get to the center of that V. Slip on yarn over, and here it is. See? The one and the second, and just above it in the center we brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche purl until the end. Slip on yarn over, brioche purl, and then slip the selvage stitch purlwise with yarn in front. So this was row number 26. After that, rows number 27 and 28, you will knit them similar to rows 3 and 4. So just pay attention above the increase, you have a purl stitch instead of brioche purl. See, here and here, but the rest is the same. So you will knit these 2 rows, and then I will show you how to knit row number 29. Row number 29, again, it's easy to explain because we have to brioche knit 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then we have a brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, again brioche knit 3 stitches, again the increase, and we repeat again and again, and in the end we still have brioche knit 3 stitches, increase, and brioche knit 3. So let's do it, and you will see how easy it is to follow. So knit the selvage stitch. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, and see, this is where we previously increased the brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. Now here we do the brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. So we have 3 stitches. So we have these 1, 2, 3 V's like this in main color, and now we create the 4th one. So After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3. As I said, very easy. And slip on yarn over, and here above the decreases, here the medallion motif, we increase brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, and again we get to the V's, and just above in the center we brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, and we get above these decreased stitches, and we increase here also. So brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip the stitch from the needle. Again, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3 times, 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, and we get to the center of the V's, and we increase brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit, just 3 columns, 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, and knit the selvage stitch. After that, slide the stitches to the other end of the needle, and now well, the rows, let me show you what we have here. So see, we have increases here in all these points just above the V's. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 increases. So in these points, you know, you have to purl instead of brioche purl in this next row, and the rest, the repeat is slip on yarn over, brioche purl, just like in row number 6 when I showed you the first time that you have to purl instead of brioche purl. But usually I say that you need rows 2, 3, and 4, so the same as in these rows. Just like this, you need rows 30, 31, and 32. So like rows 2, 3, and 4, just pay attention to purl instead of brioche purl when we have the increases. And after that, I will show you row number 33. So in row number 33, let's see what we have. Brioche knit 1, right slant decrease, brioche knit 2, left slant decrease, brioche knit 1, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, and then again we brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, and this is the whole repeat. And then we will repeat this, all of this again, and start to repeat this again, and we will stop here because this, in the symmetry part, we don't have these last few stitches. So let's start. Knit the selvage stitch. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, and as I said, now we have the right slant decrease here. So the right slant decrease is knit like this, slip, knit twice the brioche stitch, knit the next brioche stitch, pass over the slipped stitch, slip the stitch to the left needle, and pass over the next brioche stitch. And in the end, you slip the stitch from the left needle to the right needle. And this is how we get this little heart here. And we continue. Slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2 columns, 2 stitches, that's 1, slip on yarn over, and again brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, and here, see how this little heart is forming. So here we did the right slant decrease, and here we will do the left slant decrease. You already saw how you have to knit the left slant decrease, so slip the brioche knit left slant decrease, in this row. So slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit together the next 2 brioche stitches, and pass over the first slipped stitch. So here it is. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, and here just above the previous increase, we have to increase in both these stitches. So brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, and again brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. And this is the repeat for this row. So we stop here. In the chart we start from the beginning, and you do the same thing that I showed you already. So slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, right slant decrease. Let's do it again, a brioche knit, right slant decrease, because in the next row we'll have a brioche purl, right slant decrease. So this is why I repeat this again and again. This is a brioche knit, right slant decrease. So we slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit the next one, pass over the slipped stitch, slip the stitch to the left needle, pass over the next brioche stitch, slip the stitch to the right needle, and that's it. We have the brioche knit right slant decrease. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit these 2 stitches in the middle, slip on yarn over in between, and again slip on yarn over, and here we get to the part where we have to do a brioche knit, a left slant decrease. So slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit together the next 2 brioche stitches, and pass over the first slipped stitch. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, and again we get to the part where we have these 2 stitches just above the increase, and here we have to increase in each of them. So brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip the stitch from the needle, slip on yarn over, and again brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. And this is the second repeat that we have in this row. And now we have this last part, or just like I said, you can try to start and do the third repeat, but you'll have enough stitches just for this part, just the part that, let me focus. So see, even if you start from the beginning, you'll knit, and you'll have enough stitches just for this. So it's no mistake if you start again from the beginning. You look in the chart from the beginning, or you look from this point on, it's the same thing. Doesn't matter, you will see the same symbols and the same thing that you have to knit. So we just slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over. Here we have to do the right slant decrease, so slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit the next one, pass over the slipped stitch, slip the stitch to the left needle, pass over the stitch, and slip the stitch to the right needle. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, and left slant decrease here. So slip knitwise, knit together the next 2 brioche stitches, and pass over the slipped stitch. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, and knit the selvage stitch. So this was row number 33, and now the most interesting is row number 34. As you can see, in row number 34 and in row number 42, we have a brioche purl right slant decrease and brioche purl left slant decrease and brioche purl yarn over, brioche purl. So all the increases and decreases, well, almost all the possible, we have to do them in the purl manner. So let's do it. So we slide the stitches to the other end of the needles, pick up the contrast color yarn, And let's see what we have to do. So we start with a brioche purl, slip on yarn over. After that, we'll do a right brioche purl, right slant decrease, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, a brioche purl, left slant decrease that we already did here in row number 18. So we did that. You saw how to do it, but now we'll have also the right slant decrease. So after that, we slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, purl, slip on yarn over just above the increased stitches from the previous row. See, here we have the increase. So above in the center, we'll have a purl stitch instead of brioche purl as usual. And then after brioche purl, we have again brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, and then slip on yarn over, purl, slip on yarn over, 2 and the repeat in this row. So you repeat this again and again, and on the third time, if you start, you'll have just enough stitches to finish until here, or you can look here. Like I said, doesn't matter, the same thing. So let's start knitting. We slip the selvage stitch. After that, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and the decreases always happen. Well, the simple decreases we have, also the brioche 4 stitches decreases, but now it's a 2 stitches decrease that we have in this pattern. So we have a brioche knit left slant decrease, brioche purl left slant decrease, brioche knit right slant decrease, and brioche purl right slant decrease. So they always happen on 3 stitches. And now also we have 3 stitches that we will work on. We put the yarn in front of the work. We purl together the first and the second stitch that we have on the left hand needle. Purl them together. After that, we still hold the yarn in front of the work, and we will change the mount of the next stitch. So we take it out and put it like this in a different way. And now we slip this stitch to the left needle, pass over this stitch that we reversed, and in the end we slip the stitch to the right needle. So maybe it looks difficult, but I will show you again how to do it and you will understand, I hope. After that, we slip 1 yarn over, and here in the middle we brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, slip 1 yarn over, and here just above the decrease in the previous row, we do the decrease here in the purl row. So again, we work on 3 brioche stitches. That means 2 stitches with the yarn overs and 1 single stitch. And here we have the brioche purl left slant decrease that we already did. So we do the same way. We slip purlwise the first stitch, and then we insert the needle into the second stitch from the 2 that we have on the needle, take it out and pick up the stitch. After that, we purl this stitch, and then we just pass over these 2 stitches along with those yarn overs that we have with them. So that's 1, and that's the second one that we pass over, and then tighten the yarn. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over. Here we had the increased stitches, so here we purl, not brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here, so just above the increase here in between these hearts, just above the previous medallion motif, we have to increase here. So brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, and then we have again the increased stitches, slip on yarn over, purl, slip on yarn over. And this is the end of the repeat, and now we start again from the beginning. So let's start. Brioche purl, slip on yarn over, the brioche purl right slant decrease here, so yarn to the front, purl together, brioche purl together the two stitches, yarn to the front, still change the mount of the next stitch, so you slip it purlwise and then put it back to the needle like this, and then slip the stitch from the right needle to the left needle, pass over this stitch, reversed stitch, and then pass over this stitch to the right needle, and we finished the right slant decrease. After that, slip on yarn over. Here in the middle we do a brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, sorry. I'm so used to brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit that I'm knitting brioche purl, but I'm saying brioche knit. So brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. After that, slip on yarn over, and here on these 3 brioche stitches we will do the left slant, brioche purl left slant decrease. So as we did previously, slip the first stitch, and then with the yarn in front, and then you insert the needle into the second stitch that you have on the left needle, take out both stitches, and then pick up the first stitch, so that you have 1 stitch on one needle and 1 stitch on the left hand needle, and then you purl this stitch, and then you pass over the 2 slipped stitches. So that's 1, and that's the second one, and then tighten the yarn. So we did the left brioche purl left slant decrease, and then slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, purl, slip on yarn over. Here in between these 2 increased stitches, we increase again, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. After that, slip on yarn over, purl 1 stitch, slip on yarn over, and we finished the repeat. So after that you can either just look, so we are here, so after that you either look here and you do kind of the same thing we started with, but you know when you're just about to finish the row, or you start again from the beginning, don't pay attention that you're finishing, and you just start and knit, 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 and you get to this point when you have no more stitches, you have 1 more stitch for the selvage. So just do look wherever you want, but you will knit the same way that I do. So let's do it. So we brioche purl, slip on yarn over. Now we do the brioche purl right slant decrease. So for that, yarn in front, purl together 2 brioche stitches, change the mount of the 3rd stitch, and slip the stitch to the left needle, pass over, and slip the stitch to the right needle, tighten the yarn, and this is it. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here we do the brioche purl left slant decrease. For that, slip purlwise the 1st stitch, and then insert the needle into the 2nd stitch you have on the left hand needle, and then pick up the stitch like this and purl it, and then pass over those 2 stitches that we have on the right hand needle, 1 and 2, tighten the yarn. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, and slip purlwise with yarn in front the edge stitch. So this way you see what we have here. After that, we have to knit rows 35 and 36, just like previous rows 37, 38. Well, I hope you got the idea. Well, actually, they're like rows 3 and 4. Only in row number 3, you will have these purl stitches instead of brioche purl, just above the increase where we did the brioche purl, yarn over brioche purl. So just above, you'll do a purl stitch, but the rest is the repeat that we had in row number 3, slip on yarn over, brioche purl again and again. And then for the row number 36, it's the repeat in row number that we had in row number 4, brioche knit, slip on yarn over again and again. So you do that by yourself, and I will show you how to knit a row number 37. So in row number 37, you see that you have to brioche knit 2 stitches, then increase, again 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, increase. So it's kind of only in the beginning we do brioche knit 2 and then increase, and then brioche knit 4, increase, 4, increase, 4, increase, and in the end we'll have, after the increase, only 2 left. So let me show you that this is the way I told you. No lying here. Knit the selvage stitch. After that, slip on yarn over. And as I said, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, and here, just above the little heart, we have to increase. Brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4 stitches. 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, and we got to this point where we did previously. We did an increase here, a brioche purl increase. Now a brioche knit increase. So brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, again we brioche knit 4 stitches. 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, and we got to the center just above the hearts. So we increase, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, and again 4 brioche knit stitches. 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, and we increase here, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, and again brioche knit 4 stitches. 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, and you see we are in the center of the heart. Just above it we increase, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. And as I said, in the end we have only 2 brioche knit stitches left. So slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, and knit the selvage stitch. So after that we have the row number 38 where we have to increase again a brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl increases. So I will show you how to knit it. So as you can see, we have to start by brioche purling 1, 2, 3, then a purl stitch 1, 2, 3, then increase, brioche purl, purl stitch, brioche purl, and increase, and repeat again and again. So let's do it. We slip the selvage stitch, and as I said, brioche purl 3 times. 1, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 2, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 3, slip on yarn over, and here we purl 1 stitch and then slip on yarn over, brioche purl 1, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 2, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 3, slip on yarn over. Here we have to increase. You see, this is where we will increase in this point where we have this medallion motif, and in the center of these two increases. So here is the first one, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, and then slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here we increase again, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and this is the entire repeat. So we have a heart part and then a little bit of medallions and heart. So we start again from the beginning, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 2, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 3, slip on yarn over, and then we have a purl stitch and then slip on yarn over, and again brioche purl 3 times, 1, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 2, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 3, slip on yarn over, and here we increase, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here we increase again, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and you want to, if you want to start again or just look at the end of the row, how you want to do, just do it and just knit like this, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 2, slip on yarn over, brioche purl 3, and just slip purlwise with the yarn in front, the selvage stitch. So after that, rows 39 and 40 are kind of simple. You just have to pay attention above the increases that we did, the brioche purl increases. You'll have a purl stitch instead of the brioche purl that is usual in this row, and then row number 40 is exactly like row number 4, only you have more stitches. So just knit these 2 rows and then I will show you the next more interesting row, row number 41. So in row number 41 we have to start with a slip on yarn over and then a brioche knit right slant decrease, 2 brioche knit stitches and then a brioche knit left slant decrease, 1 brioche knit yarn over, brioche knit, again brioche knit stitches, and we have 1 2 3 4, and then again the brioche knit yarn over, brioche knit, and a brioche knit stitch, and then we repeat from the beginning. So let's do that. Knit the selvage stitch, after that slip on yarn over, and we start with a brioche knit right slant decrease. So slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit the next one, pass over the slipped stitch, slip the stitch to the left needle, and pass over the next brioche stitch, and then slip the stitch to the right needle. After that, slip on yarn over, and we just knit these 2 brioche knit stitches. So 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, And then we get to the left slant decrease, brioche knit left slant decrease that we have to do here. So slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit together the next 2 brioche stitches and pass over the slip stitch. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, and here we increase brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, we have to brioche knit 4 stitches. So slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, and here we increase again, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, and we have finished the repeat for this row, and we start again from the beginning of the repeat except the selvage stitch. So slip on yarn over, right brioche knit right slant decrease, so slip knitwise and knit the next one, pass over the slipped stitch, slip the stitch to the left needle, pass over the next brioche stitch and slip the stitch to the right needle. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, and here brioche knit a left slant decrease, so slip knit twice, knit together the next 2 brioche stitches, pass over, and we continue slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, and here we have to increase brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, we have to brioche knit 4 stitches, 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 4, slip on yarn over, and here we increase, so brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit, and we have finished the second repeat. So now you look or here in the beginning or here in the end, but you do the following: slip on yarn over, right slant decrease, brioche knit right slant decrease, so slip knit twice the brioche stitch, knit the next one, pass over the slipped stitch, slip the stitch to the left needle, pass over the next brioche stitch and slip the stitch to the right needle. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, and here we have the brioche knit a left slant decrease, so slip knit twice, knit together the next 2 brioche stitches and pass over the slipped stitch. After that, slip on yarn over and knit the selvage stitch. And this is it for this row. And the next row we have row number 42, and this is again one of the interesting ones. Just like in row number 34, we'll have brioche purl right slant decrease, then brioche purl yarn over brioche purl, brioche purl left slant decrease, and some brioche purl yarn over brioche purl here somewhere in the middle, and I will show you where that would be. So now slide the stitches to the other end of the needle, and we will start knitting that row number 42. So slip the edge, the selvage stitch. After that, just from this first stitch, we have to start with the decreases, and here we have the right slant decrease, so we purl together these 2 stitches. Sorry, lost it, and here it is. So we purl them together, then we change the mount of this next stitch, slip the stitch to the left hand needle, pass over the stitch and slip the stitch to the right needle, and then pull the yarn like this. After that, slip on yarn over, and here in the middle we brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl. after that slip on yarn over, and here we have to do the brioche purl left slant decrease. So for that, slip purlwise the brioche stitch and then insert the needle by skipping one stitch to take them out from the needle, and then pick it up, only this one, and you purl it, and then you pass over those previous 2 stitches, so like this, and then we pass over the second one like this and pull the yarn, and after that slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, here in the middle we purl 1 stitch, after that slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and we have to brioche purl yarn over, brioche purl here, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, so you see that here we have to purl, after that slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and we start again from the beginning. That's 1 repeat, and now we start the second repeat, so we start again with the brioche purl right slant decrease, so purl together these 2 stitches, change the mount of the 3rd stitch, like this, slip the stitch to the left needle and pass over, and slip the stitch to the right needle, pull on it, and here it is. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, after that slip on yarn over, and here we have to do the brioche purl left slant decrease, so slip knitwise the purlwise the first brioche stitch, insert the needle into the 2nd stitch, and then pick up this one and purl it, and then we pass over 1 stitch, and we pass over the 2nd stitch and pull the yarn, and after that slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and purl 1 stitch, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over. Here we have to increase, so brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, after that slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and purl 1 stitch, after that slip on yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here again you either look in the beginning of the row or the end. These are the symmetry stitches that we have to just to have the same thing like in the beginning of the row. So we start with a brioche purl right slant decrease, so purl together the first 2 stitches, change the mount of the 3rd stitch and slip the stitch and pass over and slip the stitch to the right needle, pull the yarn, slip on yarn over, brioche purl, yarn over, brioche purl, slip on yarn over, and here we will do the brioche purl left slant decrease. For that, slip purlwise the stitch and then insert the needle into the next stitch. You skip 1 stitch that we pick up like this, and we purl this stitch, and then we pass over the previous stitches, 1 and 2, and then in the end slip the selvage stitch purlwise with yarn in front. So This was row number 42, and then we have rows number 43 and 44. And guess what? They're exactly like rows number 3 and 4. Just the difference is here when you have to purl the stitch above the brioche purl yarn over brioche purl, you have to purl one stitch instead of brioche purl. But the rest, the repeat is slip on yarn over, brioche purl. And then row number 44 is totally exactly like row number 4. You just have more repeats to do in this row, but you repeat the same thing: brioche knit, slip on yarn over. So you knit these 2 rows, and after that, as I said in the beginning, you have to start from row number 13. So here, just to be more visual, I will put my ruler here just to start. So after those rows number 43 and 44, you start again from row number 13, and you will have more to repeat here and again, and then in the end you will do the same thing. So just to be clear, here it is what we stopped on, just to show you how it looks like. So this is after row number 42, and then you need rows 43 and 44, and then start again the pattern from row number 13 and repeat from 13 to 44. So this is the repeat for the pattern, 13 to 44, again and again.